So welcome to Veera's classroom. In the series of signal flow graph problems we have seen in the earlier videos, this is one such problem which we have seen in the first signal flow graph, where we have converted a block diagram to a signal flow graph. In that video we have just converted a block diagram to a signal flow graph, but here we will convert the block diagram to a signal flow graph and we will try to find the transfer function using Mason-Gain formula. So the first step is to identify the nodes. So how to identify the nodes? The presence of R of S will be marked as node number 1. The summing point and the branch point will be considered as nodes. C of S is the last node. So based on that, I have written the node such as, this is node number 1, summing point is node number 2, this is node number 3, another summing point, this is node number 4. We have a branch point, that is node number 5, and another branch point is node number 6, and the summing point is node number 7, and we have a branch point here, it is node number 8. The last C of S is node number 9. So we have 9 nodes here. So we have 9 nodes. If you are going to try to solve this problem by using block diagram reduction, it will be somewhat tedious, because we have to move the summing point and the branch point. All those things are not simple. It is much more complex than we see here. So best way is to convert this block diagram to a signal flow graph, and we will follow the same steps which we follow in all the signal flow graph problems. So we will convert this one. So here, as I said earlier, summing points and branch points are converted into nodes and blocks are converted into signals. So I have drawn the diagram here. So it starts from R of S and ends in C of S. So between node 1 and node 2 we do not have any term. Between node 1 and node 2, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 7, 8 and 8, 9, we do not have any term, so it has to be marked as 1. The blocks between node 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 6 and 7 are termed as signals G1, G2, G3, and we have another parallel term, that is G4, that travels from node 5 to 7, and we have 3 feedback elements that travels from 6 to 3 minus H1, 8 to 4 that is minus H2, and 8 to 2 that is minus 1. Okay, so I have redrawn the diagram from that block diagram to this signal flow graph. What is my next step is to find the transfer function for the signal flow graph by using a Mason-Gain formula. So step number 1, to find the forward path. So here the forward path is straightforward, because it starts from R of S and ends in C of S. It is a straight line. So the first forward path, it's going to be starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is first forward path. So we have another forward path. It starts from 1, goes to 2, 3, 4, 5, then jumps to 7 and 8, 9. So we have 2 forward paths. Forward path 1 is value, the gain of forward path 1 is G1, G2, G3. The gain of forward path 2 is G1, G4. So we have 2 forward paths. The value of K is 2. So I have written the gain P1 equal to G1, G2, G3, P2 equal to G1, G4. What is the next step? To find the individual loop. So we will find the individual loop here. So whenever we go for individual loop, we will see the number of feedback elements, H2, H1, H2 and those terms. So we have 3 feedback terms here, minus H1, minus H2 and minus 1, all flowing in reverse direction. So we will definitely have more than 3 feedback individual loop gains. So we will start with 1 by 1. So the first one is, it starts from 3, goes to 4, 5, 6 and comes back to 3. This is individual loop gain number 1. The next one is going to be, it starts from 4, goes to 5, 6, 7, 8 and comes back to 4. This is individual loop gain number 2. The third one, it starts from 2, goes to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and comes back to 2. This is individual loop gain 3. And we have 2 more individual loop gains, that starts from 2, goes to 3, 4, 5 and jumps to 7, goes to 8 and comes back to 2. This is individual loop gain number 4. The last one, it starts from 4, goes to 5, jumps to 7, goes to 8, comes back to 4. This is individual loop gain number 5. So we have 5 individual loop gains. So all the 5 individual loop gain has been listed here. So the first one P11 equal to minus G1 G2 G3. The second one P21 equal to minus G1 G2 H1. Third one P31 equal to minus G2 G3 H2. Fourth one P41 equal to minus G4 H2. P51 equal to minus G1 G4. So we have found out the forward path gain and individual loop gain. Now our purpose is to find whether there are any two non-touching loops. Unfortunately, we do not have any two non-touching loops because all the feedback loops are traveling in the straight line, the first forward path. So every feedback elements, feedback loops have a common node. See here, first one has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has most of the nodes. Second one has 3, 4, 5. So these two have a common node. Third one, see 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely we have a common node. Then 4, 5, 6, 7. It doesn't have 6, but it has 4, 5, 7, 8, which is common to all the above individual loop. The last one, it is 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely we have a common node with all the above nodes. So there are no possible combination of two non-touching loops. Since we do not have two non-touching loops, most easily we can write it as there is no three non-touching loops also. So step 3 is nothing. We have to write there is no possible combinations. What is step 4? It is calculation of del and del k. So del is equal to 1 minus summation of individual loop gains. So it is 1 minus P11 plus P21 plus P31 plus P41 plus P51. So we will list down the values. It's going to be 1 plus G1 G2 G3 plus G1 G2 H1 plus G2 G3 H2 plus G4 H2 plus G1 G4. And we have two forward paths, del k equal to 2. So del 1 and del 2. So most of all the individual loops have a common node with both the forward paths. So we do not have any specific value for del 1 and del 2. So the del 1 value and del 2 value is 1. So we will move on to the step 5 transfer function. T equal to 1 by del summation k pk del k. When we expand the summation, it is 1 by del p1 del 1 plus p2 del 2. We will substitute the value of p1 and p2 del 1 del 2. Del 1 del 2 value is 1, so it's most easy. So t equal to g1 g2 g3 plus g1 g4 whole divided by 1 plus g1 g2 g3 plus g1 g2 h1 plus g2 g3 h2 plus g1 g4 plus g4 h2. So with this, this problem gets over. If you like this video, share it with your friends, give a positive comment and subscribe the channel. Thank you.